We are live. Let's tell people that we are live.
I'm gonna get water. 1 second.
All right, cool. All right.
No. Oh, fuck.
Okay. All right. Okay. No, so Hard Buzz, welcome first of all, and second of all, no mock interviews today. Today we are doing client side work. So React, Redux, and so on. All right. So let's go ahead and get started, right?
Yep.
Camera. So hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Fullstack Network. Today we will be continuing the work that we started yesterday, working on the chat room and related code. All right, so what do we have here? We have this chat client. Right, rm-fx.py. And let's start a tmux session here. New session -s chat. And then we're going to go ahead and start this one. And this is going to be npm start. And this is going to be vim. All right. So what do we have so far? So I think the only thing that we have so far is this, which is not a lot. So we have this thing, and we started with creating the conversation snippets.
Yep.
So the interview yesterday was planned but forgotten about, I guess is the right definitions for this. So 30, 50, and 34. All right, so refresh. I think 34 is too small, but 50 is too big. So let's change like 34 to 40 and see what that does. I think 40 is good. Not ideal, but good. Everyone, welcome. I'm doing well today. Thank you. Doing pretty well. Why is this not reloading? Let's see properties. Refresh cache. All right, now Twitch is loading. I don't know why it wasn't loading before. All right, so now we have this thing, and what we need is the client name and like the date or something like that, right? So we need some sort of like an indication um, of the client name, some sort of an indication of like when the when it was started, and then some sort of an indication of how many messages do you have, right?
Yep.
All right. So let's see what we have in the conversation. We call it conversation preview, right? Yeah. So we have this one. So now here we are going to create a div. Right. So div, and class name for this is going to be title.
Yeah.
And then here we are going to be creating, and let's create it like an H4. And then we'll do like this dot props dot, or actually, you know what, props dot title, right?
Yep.
And then here we're gonna do an H4, right?
Yep.
So here in conversation list index, we're gonna create a title equals to this is the title. All right, now we're gonna refresh and we're gonna see this is the title, which is obviously not where we want it, but we're gonna style it in a minute.
Yep.
And then what? And then we need like the indication of how many do you have, right? So so let's create this as here. So we'll create a class name of unread indicator or indication, whatever. And then a span class name of indicator. And then we'll create like props dot unread count. Right?
Yep.
So then here we'll do this, like the title breaks into here, and then we're gonna have an unread count equals to like 3. All right.
Okay.
So then we'll refresh and we see this is the title, and 3 is in there, right?
Yep.
So now here a conversation preview. So if you go to conversation list style, conversation preview should be position relative. And actually what I want though is I want here is time and indication. And then this is going to be span class name equals to last message time. And this is going to be props dot last message time. Right?
Yep.
And then here we're gonna add that. So this is gonna be last message time to like 12:33. Right? And obviously we don't need this. So now it looks even worse because we have this 12:33 and the 3. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So I think we have a Twitch question. So let's go ahead and try to answer that. But before that, let's put that like here, next to my head. Here. I think this is a good place. Yep, I think this is a good place. So let's go to Twitch. Electro Whale, a question for you. I'm a uni student, third year. I've taken a couple of courses, but I still feel like I can't make any product using tools like React, Node.js, stuff like, let alone contribute to GitHub open source. How do I get over this hump? So the way to get over this hump is to just get over it. Just create something. I think you will find that the hurdles that you think are so big are not as big as you think. The first product you're going to create, the first code that you're going to create is going to be shitty as fuck. And it's important to know that. It's important to put that in context. So the first product you're going to create is not going to be it's not going to look like this. The first product, the first code you're going to create, you're not going to be as fluent as this, right? So I mean, it's nice to look at this and aspire to this, but it's important to also understand that this is not what your first experience will look like. And I think just like do something, right? So find something that is stupid. One of the community members, for example, he did like a website that tracks games that he played. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be anything useful, just something that you can wrap your hand around, and just like go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? So don't like procrastinate and think, oh, this is too hard. Just like choose something and just go do it. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like super complicated. Yeah, I guess that's my kind of 2 cents about the subject here. All right, so what do we need now? We need to put this into something. So let's see what we have here. All right, so we have this. What did I call this? Come on. 1 second. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's listening to me. Just 1 second.
Okay.
So what I want is this. So I want here. So the title, what do I want? I want it to like float left. No, I don't want it to float left. I actually want this to be like a flex box. So I think this should be flex like auto or flex true or something like that, or flex 1. And then this div is like flex something. I don't really remember the flex box syntax. Let's see what happens on Twitch. Just one moment. So another thing is that like I want to make something cool, but making things like to-do lists makes so bored that I don't even want to finish. But go ahead and start and finish. You know what I mean? It's like as much as you think that a to-do app is boring, you're gonna learn from it. That's one thing for sure. I guess I'm too over my head wanting to be making something complex before I even walk. Exactly, and that's most of what people end up with, right? They want to build something so cool. They want to build a startup, and they haven't even walked yet. And like building a startup is running a marathon, or building like such and such product is running a marathon. So focus on walking first. Focus on like baby steps. That's always like a good advice that I give people. what am I missing here? I'm missing some, like, how do I float this? And one thing that I do want, so let me look at, like, I'm looking at the documentation here for this. So let's see what we have here. So what do we have? We have this. Oh, actually, I see what the issue is. I see what the issue is.
What's the issue?
So this is here. So this is here. And then this should, I think, float left? Yeah, this should float left. And then this, yeah, so here, this image should float left. And then when this floats left, everything here kind of falls into place. You see? So that's one thing. The second is that this is not long enough, which I'm not sure why. So we have this one, and here we have this one. So this should be row. And then it looks better, you see? So
yeah.
Then here, this UL, the class name should be row. Yeah, I know. I'm just like, I'm not fluent with like the Flexbox thing. I 100% will do it with Flexbox, but right now I'm like validating the design. And I know it's just like, it's like for me right now it's just easier to do it this way. I know it's not the best, and it's definitely not the final way that it's gonna be, but I mean, for right now, I just wanna get it. Just want to get it in place. You know what I mean? I just wanna see how things look.
That's much better. That's much better.
Yeah. So here, what I want is to put this. Yeah. Well, guys, 100% everything you're saying is valid. But right now, I just don't have the privilege of going into it. And then this one is position absolute, and then top is 0 pixel, and right is 0 pixel, or actually like 5 pixel. Yeah, it's like, I'm validating the design, so it's like I can continue working on it for ages, right? But until I finalize something that works and see how everything kind of falls together, then it doesn't really gonna make any difference. You know what I mean? And yeah, so this one is here, and then this one is here, and then this one is here. So now this will look better, and it does. And text align is going to be right. Okay. So then the top is 0 pixel. And now this will be much better. All right, cool. So now this one, in terms of conversation preview, I want to have like a little bit of padding, or actually let's create a margin of like 5 pixel, just to give it a little bit of breadth. Maybe even a little bit more. And then this one here with the image, so the margin margin right is going to be like 5 pixels, just to give it like a little bit of breadth as well on this side. Maybe a little bit more, so like 15. Yeah. And then this one, the span, is going to have like a padding of 2 pixels. Okay, so this looks better.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
And then if we take this and we just duplicate it, all right?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I mean, not very good, but and then here we'll do like a little bit of a border. You know what I mean? So let's create like a border here. So here in a conversation preview, let's in the li create like this. So border bottom is 1 pixel solid and like a grayish color. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Right?
Do you plan to switch to SCSS?
Yeah, I don't know. So this is this. Maybe someday, maybe sometime. All right, so this one. Why is this like it's not breathing? Maybe change this to padding. All right, this is much better. I would even change it to like 10. And then this should be here, 10. All right?
Okay.
How is this?
Good.
All right, let's see Twitch. How do you switch files in the middle of your editor? So you mean here? So I can just like browse to other files, or I can do Control E. And Control E switch between the 2 files, one that I have now and one that I had before. So I do Control E and just switch between, but I can also do comma dot and then just browse to other files, you know, as many files as I want. So now as you see, Control E just switches between them. So I hope that helps. Yip Yapping, just curious, what are some technologies, libraries, languages that pique your interest and would consider it to be outside your comfort zone? So anything new that I, you know, go to is outside of my comfort zone. Right now, I mean, Phoenix Elixir is out of my comfort zone, but I'm not even like looking at it. But you know, Go was outside of my comfort zone 3 years ago. Anything new is outside of my comfort zone. Java is always out of my comfort zone. PHP is out of my comfort zone. Not that I touch PHP, but what editor is this? So this is Vim. I use Terminal Vim. Oh, sorry about that. Actually, it's like not. I'm sorry. I just failed to scale it. So yeah, it's Vim inside of Tmux. So this is one terminal, and then this is another terminal. So we can focus on the editor, and we can focus on the terminal, and so on and so forth. All right. So this is looking much better.
Yep.
Now here, we can actually make this like a badge. And then the badge. Why is this not? Isn't a badge a Twitter Bootstrap thing? It should, right? Isn't a badge it's inside Tmux. Isn't a badge a bootstrap thing?
I don't know.
Badge, yeah. So bootstrap badges. So 3.3. What? Bootstrap 3.3 doesn't have badges? Yes, it does. No way it doesn't. Wait. What? Yeah. Badge. It's a bootstrap thing. Wait. Did I mistype or something? What? Let's see. View page source. Bootstrap CSS. Yeah, badge. You see? Badge.
Dot
Badge.
badge.
So why am I not seeing this here? Oh. It's class name. This one.
Is that what you wanted? Badge?
Yeah, that's what. Well, it's I don't want it to look like that, but yes. So here, this should be like instead of span, let's put this as P, or not even a P. Let's do span just right now. And then here, conversation style CSS. Let's not change display to block. All right, this looks better than what I wanted. This looks more like what I wanted. And then here, let's do so this is going to be this. And then here, how many viewers do we have, by the way? No
10.
Yeah, like 10 or 11?
Yep.
All right. So this looks better now. All right. It's not really breathing, but so let's do this like li. Yeah, and let's do margin instead of padding. This looks much better now. All right. EU friendly. What do you mean? Someone said on Twitch, not EU friendly. So let's find a font for this. What font are we going to be using?
Font, like for the text?
Yeah.
The current one looks fine to me.
Let's use Helvetica. Let's use this. App CSS, and here let's do body and font family. It's going to be this. All right, this is much better.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I know, I know. I'm sorry to the old to old EU people. I really am. It's just that that's my time, you know. That's my time to shine. Um, so what's the font size here? What if I put like font size 14 pixels and font weight to be bold? I don't know. I'm not really happy about it. Um, I don't know. It's too big. If I do font to 400, 500, it's like half bold. 600. I don't know. Didn't really change much. What do you think of this?
I think this is pretty good. Maybe we'll use different colors, but I think so far this is pretty good.
All right. So inside of the conversation list. So what do we have here? Conversation list. We have this conversation container, right?
Yep.
And where is this conversation container? We don't have this. So conversation container. I want to take a border here and do a border right and a border left here, which isn't looking very good. Why is this? Why is this like here? Yeah, you see this? So let's put this as a row as well. All right. So here in the conversation container, we're going to put this as a row. And here, we're going to do, where is this here? Let's do this. No, still doesn't look too good. All right, something is off. So why is this like blowing out of proportions? Is it the relative? No. So it's the span here, and then the image. So if I take the float left, it's still not showing. The margin right, still not good. So what is making it like move? Oh, it's the li here. So why is the li? Oh, it's like the title. Why is the title showing up like this? Yeah, I know, but it's like I know you're right. I know, but it's just like it's like whatever. You're right.
Hey, can you zoom in the code a little bit? It's hard for me to see.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So yeah, I'm just struggling to understand why this is over the border. Maybe it's the clear fix. And should this be
Yep.
left really? And what about conversation preview? Is it a padding? All right. So here, let's remove this. And okay. Anyway, I'm not going to spend any more time on CSS for now. Okay. So what next? So the next is the right section. Right, so here, the right side. Over here. Right? This is driving me crazy. Like, I can't leave it alone. It's driving me insane. I'm telling you, man, it's driving me crazy.
Just leave it for now. I remember it was okay for like 2 minutes. What did you do?
No, it wasn't okay. It was only showing when we did the so here in the conversation prefix. I'm sorry, it's just like driving me insane.
Okay, go ahead.
So here, let's remove. So this is this one. So padding, let's remove it, and let's remove the position relative. So then this is still wider than its parent, but the UL is the one. Wait. Oh, it's the row. It's here. So left in prefix, and then here, and then this one, it's here in the row. Here, that's the one. All right, it drove me insane for a little bit, but I beat it. Okay.
Victor.
I came out the victor. Exactly. Okay, so now what I want is I actually want a flex box. So what we need, if we open up Balsamic here, and we open up our mock, so let's put it here. Where is our mock? Project, open recent. This is the one. There it is. All right, so we want this to be here. Right? So who here in chat knows from the top of their mind how to do this with Flexbox? So I want this to be 100% all the time. And then I want this to be on the left side and this to be on the right side. So
what is a Flexbox?
Flexbox is like CSS 3. And it's really like a nice way to do you know, CSS layouts. So I'm looking at like some documentation.
Property for the parent items, property for the children.
Just 1 second. All right, cool. So let's do this. So I'm looking at some documentation now, and here. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and do this here. So we're gonna create this like chat container, and I think this chat container is like over here. So the chat container is going to be display flex. Okay.
Okay.
And then the flex direction is going to be row. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. So where is this? Like in app.js, we have this main section and then container and then chat container. So let's go to our app.css and go to chat container. And then it's going to be display flex and then flex direction row. I don't know if Bootstrap 3 supports that. And I want it I want this to be 100%. So that's the thing that I want. All right, and then here in the chat sidebar, here. So what I want is display flex, and flex direction is column. All right. And then flex is 1, which is auto. All right, cool. So you see, now this is better. And then we are going to be creating our second thing. So this is the conversation list, and this is the conversation window. All right, so let's go ahead and create that file. So this is list and window. So we're going to create make dir -p src component conversation window, and then src components conversation window, and index.js, and it's going to be a simple component of conversation window. Great. So here, this is going to be a class name of conversation window, right?
Yep.
So here we're going to have this style, right? So then we're going to have an src component conversation, src components conversation window style css. Let's save this, and this should stop erroring out. Conversation window is not defined. What? Conversation window is not defined? Conversation window. Conversation window. Oh, it's not conversation window. Conversation window. Now it's good. All right, cool. So then here, conversation window is display flex, and then flex 1, and flex direction is column, right?
Yep.
Great. So then here's the conversation window. You see?
How did you push it to the left?
Yeah, you see this because it's a flex box.
Right. So what?
You see? So this is here. It's a flex box, and then this is here. It's a flex box.
But how does the flex box know which one goes on left and which one goes on right?
Because of the width and who's first, right? So, you know, this is left to right. So this is on the left and this is on the right. So call, I think MD9 is what we should have here. So call MD9.
So the first one always go on the left, and the second one always go on the right.
Yeah.
Like it pushes for you.
Yeah. Call MD9. is what we need.
Correct.
But why isn't this giving me the width that I want? So is it because of the flex 1? Yeah, it's because of the flex 1. So let's remove this flex 1. And it should be good. All right. Cool. So you see, we have our layout. So,
Yeah,
and it looks
that's
pretty
pretty
nice. You have to admit.
It tried to change the browser size. What happens?
Oh yeah, it changes with it. You see? So now this is in the bottom.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Cool. So now here in the chat container, what I want is the height to be this. You see?
Yeah.
And then on the sidebar, I want the height to be 100%. And this is now the sidebar, you see?
Yep.
All right.
Awesome.
So this is pretty cool. App.css. And then height is 100 vertical height. All right, cool. So now we are at the conversation. All right, so here's the conversation, and we have this conversation thing. All right?
Yep.
So one thing we want is in the conversation list, we also want it to be the flex box, right? So in the conversation window style, this is flex, and the flex direction is column, right? And then
So if you do row, is it gonna go to the bottom?
yeah, so if I do row, it's gonna go to the bottom, yes. So here in conversation list, let's have like a message input kind of thing. So here we're gonna have like a flex 1 and max height of 70 pixels. And then here we're gonna have this div class name equals message input. And then this is where you input your message.
What does
then
flex
div
1 mean?
Class automatic. Class name equals to messages.
Okay.
So then here, this is going to be messages. All right. So then this is here. Flex direction is column. Just 1 second. So let me see why this isn't working. So yes, this should work. I don't know why this isn't working. Oh, it's because this max height as well is here. This shouldn't be here. All right, so this one is here. And then messages. And this is not under conversation list, it's under conversation window. So this is why this isn't working, because it's under the wrong thing. All right, you see? This is where you type your message. It's in the bottom.
Right. Well, so when you do flex is 1, what does that mean? You said automatic?
Yeah. So you see now, no matter what I do, even if I, put it in the bottom, then it's always going to be like in the bottom. You know,
Ah. But how did you get it to the bottom? Like, is it because of the
just
one?
because of the flex and its max height.
It's max height. Ah, okay, okay, got it, get it. Okay.
All right, so Flexbox is pretty sweet. I have to admit, right? Flexbox is pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, this is like way better than what I used to do.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, Flexbox just anybody that remembers what life was like before Flexbox, a layout like this could have taken hours
Oh,
of just like fighting.
hours, man.
Yeah,
I was like amazed at how fast you could get it working. I was like, holy shit.
yeah. I was just looking at some documentation here, of some sample layouts and stuff, and on the other screen, and I was surprised how fast I was able to get it to work as well, because I don't have a ton of experience with Flexbox, so definitely a nice surprise, you know.
Yep.
All right, cool. So now this is where the messages are going to be. And then we'll need, kind of where is the balsamic thing? So we're going to have this like picture and then the message. And then on the other side, we're going to have a picture and then the message, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. So here, let's do like something like div class name equals to message and alternative. And then here we're going to have a div. And here we're going to have a div class with another message alternative, and then a div class with without an alternative, right? So then we're going to have a span class name equals to image, right? And then conversation preview here. Let's take this image right here, and we can actually expose this in a separate component, right?
Yeah.
So let's expose this in a separate component. So import profile image from profile image, and then let's create the component profile image src component profile image and index.js, and it's going to be a simple comp. Simple comp and profile image, and then this is going to be here. And then here, we're just going to have a profile image. And here as well, and here as well. So now what should we have? We should have this like huge image, right? Cool. So now in the conversation window, index, conversation window style, we want this. So conversation window dot image. So actually here, you know what? So conversation window image is a height of 45 pixels and a width of 45 pixels, and then a border radius of 22 pixels. So now this should make this saner, and it does. All right.
Yep.
So now in conversation window, dot alternative image, we have a float right, and as a default, we have a float left. Cool?
Okay, cool.
So then each message is also a clear fix.
So the circle is supposed to be the avatar of the different users.
So now this looks better,
All right.
right?
Mm.
All right, people in the chat room, you can participate. I mean, I don't know why you guys are not participating, but feel free to participate. You know what? I should. You're actually right. But this is not a flex thing. But you're right. Glutinous, thank you for that. 100%. You are 100% right. So we can actually take the dot message and say that it display flex, and then message or alternative is let's see, align content. So we have align content, flex start, line packed, flex end, line packed to the end of the container. All right, so then align content to flex end, and then otherwise align content to flex start. So that way we don't need those floats. Let's see what we have. Not a lot. All right, so here. Oh, don't I need like a display flex here for each message? Well, I do have a message for display flex. Align content to flex end. Oh, I see. So here, yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah, so it's justify. It's justify. You are right. It's justify content. All right, so this looks better. Alrighty then. So then we need like a paragraph. And let's take a lorem ipsum paragraph. And then put it here. So this is going to be here and here and here. How does this look now? Looks amazing.
I don't see it.
What do you mean? There it is.
Ah, okay.
Looks amazing, right?
But that's not what we wanted, right?
Of course.
No, it
that's
doesn't.
not what we wanted.
It looks like shit.
Of course that's not what we wanted. What are you talking about? So actually, I don't think Flex is going to help us here. Because I think what I want is flex reverse direction. How do I reverse the direction? Flex direction row reverse. Haha, this is what I want for the alternative. Here.
Row reverse. What does alternative mean?
All right, you see?
But how I don't understand here. Like,
Alternative
do you
means
think
this is my message, this is your message. So it's
right?
like
But
an
how did you make it go on different sides? Like
with
one on
a
the
row
left, one on the
reverse
right.
thing.
Where?
With a row reverse.
Alternative. So message is the one on the left, and alternative is the one on right.
Yeah, I guess so. Doesn't matter. One of them is this one of them is that one.
But then how does it decide which one is on the left and which one's on right?
Oh, that's what we're gonna create with the redux logic, right? So if this is mine, that it's not gonna have alternative, and if this is yours, then it's gonna have alternative.
Oh, I see. So like if this is my message, then it's gonna be a class name is message, and then if it's your message, the class name will be alternative.
Exactly.
All right, makes sense. Sounds very smart. You smart.
All right, let's see what we have here. All right, this looks good. I think we need a touch. This is the problem with like those colors. I wish I could have like a color picker here. Oh, I can. Haha, this is crazy. I didn't even know that. This is like the first time. All right, this is what I want. Like E4, E4. When in doubt, E4, 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 E4.
Why? What color is E4, E4?
All right, so then this one is this color that you see here. So flex box margin between items. Collapsing margins, border spacing. Justify content space around. I don't know if I like that.
Comcast really sucks. The whole screen is blurry for me right now.
So here, let's do width of like 80%. How does this look? So this doesn't give me like a width of what, 80%. Yeah, it doesn't. You see? All right, so then here. Oh, this is not actually So the align is not to the left or to the right.
It's up and down.
Yeah, it's like up and down. Display flex, and then this one, text align. Yeah, this is what I want. Display flex, and then we have flex end. We have the justify content to the flex end. So the message is flex as well. It has flex. So everything is working unless I put it at like less than 100%. Which is what I want to do. You see? Um, all right, so how do I fix this with Flexbox? I did this justify content, and I did justify content and flex direction. But the justify content only really gave me something that I didn't want. So then this is the justify content is flex end.
I can't see anything.
What can't you see?
No, because the screen's so blurry. The connection is really bad on Skype.
All right, so here. So flex end and flex start is not for the align items. Yeah, you see, it's like this is here. So this is flex start for justify content. Oh, wait a second. This is not what I have. I have this flex direction. Yeah, I have justify content, flex start and flex end. Oh, you know what I think happens? I think the message itself. No, the message itself is good. So here, in the message, this should be justified to the right. You see what I'm saying?
No.
So here. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. But I want this to be just taken to the right. That's it. This is all I want right now. Out of life. This is all I want. Flex. Flex flow. Column. Oh,
I don't understand. What's the problem now?
Flex flow inherit. Look, if I do row reverse. If I do row, it's good. If I do row reverse, it's not good. You see?
Isn't this good? Isn't this what we want?
No, but I want the image to go to the other side.
Go back, but you already had it.
Yeah, but then.
Yeah.
See?
What's wrong with this? What's wrong with this?
Because it should go more here. It should be here.
Oh, you wanted to go all the way to the right.
Yeah.
Huh.
See, if I do row, it's good.
Yeah, but the image is on the wrong.
But then the image is on the wrong side.
But is the image and the text in the same component?
No, it doesn't matter.
That's weird.
It's like this is where like aligning, if I do floats, I solved it in a second, So for example, here in the alternative, if I take the flex out of this, right, out of the alternative, and I take the flex out of this one, and I put this here, like a float. Sorry, so float right. Then that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then you don't get the alternative messages.
No, but I can do this.
Oh, I guess you can have two different class names.
You see? And then on the other side, not the alternative, then this should float left.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I see. So just have two different sets of CSS for two different users.
And then here in the alternative image and the alternative P, then the float is right and the float is right. That's it. You know what I mean? And then here in the message image, the float is left. And I'm done, And then in here, the float is left too. The language of the future? What?
My screen is frozen.
CJ, what are you talking about? Hey, Cancel Dev, my main squeeze. How you doing? I dig that you're finally programming the language of the future. I'll punch your head off, Pond. What are you talking about, my man? What are you talking about?
Language. Like
what
CSS?
What are you talking about, my brother? And then here, margin left of like 10 pixels. And here it's gonna be margin right of like 10 pixels. You see? And then message. This shouldn't be here. This should be here. And this should be here. All right. So I don't know what you.
It's a funny message.
I don't know what you want. I don't know. But I dig your enthusiasm, I guess. I have no idea what you want, but I dig it. All right, so here. Now this looks better. Right?
So you got rid of the flexbox?
Yeah, I just like floated it.
So you're using flexbox on the left side, but not on the right side.
No, I'm using Flexbox on the message. I'm using Flexbox on the layout, but this message is not Flexbox. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So we have Flexbox here. All of this is Flex. This is Flex.
The big box is flex, right?
The big
The
box
whole
is Flex. This is Flex, and this is Flex. But then this is not Flex. This is like floating. I don't like that font bed. What the fuck?
Yeah, this font is very invasive.
Helvetica Neue Google font. Google Fonts. Where is the search box here? What should we use? It's not about latest. It's about like one is from me, one is from my friend. You know what I mean? So it's like iMessage, right? So this is from me, this is from him, this is from him, this is from me. So it's not about like less, or it's not about like an alternative kind of thing where you know, it's Ezra flag. Thank you for the follow. So it's not about like you know, one like this and one like this. It's about like differentiating between what is my message and what is the other person's message. So how do I, let's like, is this like a good Source Sans Pro? Let's do good like readable font, Google font. 20 best fonts. Let's see what we have here. Tangerine. Let's look at Tangerine. Oh, come on. Open Sans. I like Open Sans. Let's do Open Sans. Select. All right, so let's go to index.html and let's put the font. All right, and in app.css, let's change this to Open Sans. All right, let's see how our app looks now. All right, it's better. And let's do like font size 14 pixels. All right, much better. What do you think?
Yep.
What do you guys think? I'm not gaga over it, to be honest. Evro. What do you think of Arvo? Slack font. What is Slack using? Sans Lato. I like this one actually. Let's do this. And then here. Spending time on the most important thing in the world. All right, what do you think? Stevens, you're live?
Yeah, I can hardly see because freaking screen is freezing on me. Okay, I can see now. What were you asking me?
What do you think of this font?
It's good. I think the text is too small. Can we increase the size of the text?
Yeah, increased now. What do you think?
It's good. Yeah, maybe there's too many words, you know, and the spacing is bad. I think that's why the spacing is too cluttered together.
You mean the line height?
Yeah, line heights. We should do like.
This is better?
Yep, much better. Much better. Yeah, let's leave this one.
And then maybe we can turn back to the font size.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need small fonts. I don't see a problem
this is
with
great,
bigger.
man. Look at this. This is great.
Yeah, 15. That's good.
That's good?
Yeah. I think most of the messages will be smaller text, like smaller paragraphs. Most of the actual use case messages.
Oh, everyone, you're still here, man. Dude, this is an honor. All right, so conversation window messages. So this should be overflow scroll. All right, look at this.
It's good.
Now, how do I only show like the scroll? You know, not show this scroll. Only show this scroll. Is there a possibility to do that?
Like not show the scroll on the right?
Yeah, only show the scroll on the. No, only show the scroll on the bottom, on the right. Yeah, I think it's like overflow, overflow Y auto and overflow X hidden. So overflow Y is auto, and then overflow X is hidden. Oh man, I'm so like lame with CSS, man. All right, look at this. And then here, let's create another one, and this should overflow it. Alrighty then. We're getting somewhere, my man. Look at this.
Yep, this looks good.
Are you telling me this is not the best chat you guys have ever seen in your life? Come on, let's be honest here. Seriously.
Actually, this is pretty good. This is better than all the other ones. All the other pop-up windows, stupid pop-up windows.
Are you telling me this is not the best ever?
This is how chat should be. Full screen, scrollable.
All right, so now message input here. Let's bring it like a background color here. Are you guys telling me this is not like the best ever? All right. One thing though is that this in conversation list style, the border should be on conversation. Why is this like on the conversations container? Conversation list index.js. So this should be on the chat sidebar. So this should be on here. And this shouldn't even be here. All right. All right, man.
Pretty good.
Motherfucking chat. Dude, we should make motherfucking chat.
What do you mean, motherfucking chat?
There's like this motherfucking website. This is a motherfucking website. And it's fucking perfect. Look at this, man. This is perfect. I mean, come on. Come on. Let's, I mean, come on, right?
It's pretty good, man.
No. Dude, come on. Let's like, let's like not kid ourselves. This is like, this is the ultimate.
This is the future.
Experience. This is the future. This is like what chat is going to look like in 15 years. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Dude, let's be, honest. This is incredible.
Yeah, man. I think this is great.
This is incredible.
I think later we can add like embedded images, links, link parsing, and all that smart stuff into here. Man, this will be a sweet web app. This is gonna set the standard for web chat.
All right. So
Seriously.
now here we need the message. So we need like a type and then the send. And I'm not sure this is enough. I wanna actually make this a little bit bigger. So right now it's input. Where's the input here? So where is the input? Conversation input. Conversation input. It's here. Input. There it is. Yeah. So I think I want it like 120 pixels. Yeah. Here. I think this is much better. And then I want a text area. So let's copy text area from Bootstrap. All right, so let's put this. Where's the conversation input? Is it here? Yeah, it's here. All right, so this should be the conversation input. And this should be class name. And then a placeholder. And then the text area comes down here. So let's see how that looks. Looks perfect. And then here, this should be in the conversation input. Where is it? Why does it keep getting away from me? Here. And then this should have like a padding of 20 pixels. I don't know if 20 pixels is too much, but we'll see. Yeah, I think it's perfect, actually. So here, blah, blah, blah. And then we should have like a button saying send. Right?
Awesome. Awesome.
So let's copy this. right, and then here, let's put a button that has a class name. We don't need this actually, so we only need this. And then this is going to be send, like so. Close this. All right. Obviously, we need this on the right side. All right. So then here, cool. And then margin top of like 10 pixels. All right, I think this needs to breathe a little bit more actually. So let's give it 140 pixels. 30. What do you think?
It's good.
Thank you, Binary Sloth 3. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. This is what I like about this, about this stream content, is that you can see how a thing like this is brought up from like the ground up in what, like 2.5 hours, you know? So like an hour yesterday and an hour and a half today, you know?
Yeah. This is pretty awesome. I wonder, so are all the messages gonna be like cached in the page? Like at what point are we gonna start losing?
I think this is not for discussion on the stream, but you're gonna have a retention policy, and you know, once the business transaction is done, then you're gonna hide the message and so on and so forth. So, you know, I don't think.
No, I mean even during the chat, like even like during the conversation.
During the chat, I think it's completely fine that all the messages are gonna be on the page.
Okay.
So I don't want to add the autofocus right now because I'm not sure you want to focus on here from the right, you know, right from the get-go. But I'm definitely going to add that in the future.
What do you mean autofocus?
Yeah, like autofocus on this. So whenever you land on the page, it's going to autofocus here.
Focus on the bottom of the message?
Yeah, like on the text area.
Ah, okay.
By the way, we have like 8 viewers. Why do we have like 8 viewers?
It's your lucky number.
No. You know, why is that? I mean, yesterday we had like 40. So weird that we have like 8 today. I don't know why. Let's see. All right. It seems like a slow night on Twitch, I guess. All right. So I think this should be good for today. We made quite a bit of changes.
This is a lot of progress, man. This is a lot of progress.
Napcat, dude. What up? How are you, man? Git commit -m and then finishing up the chat experience design for now, I guess. All right. So you said you created this repository?
I didn't. You need to create it.
All right. So let's create a repository. Private, right?
Yep. Can you do that on your command line?
No, I'm.
Can you decide private or public on your command lines?
No, I'm doing it right, like on the GitHub thingy.
Yeah. You pushed it?
Yep.
Let's see. All right, it's there.
It's
Awesome.
here. All right. So this is what we have.
What the fuck is all this README?
Well, it's the Create React app README.
Oh my god. Okay, all right, no problem. It's like unlimited scrolling.
Yeah.
Oh shit, this is like 10. This is like 20 pages of README. This.
By the way, look
This
at this
is the biggest.
like responsiveness. You know? You see this?
Responsive design. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
So actually, if you take it and in
Hey, try a cell phone view. See what happens.
yeah. So this is like an iPhone 6. Refresh. You see?
Oh, this actually works.
It's not perfect, but it works.
It works.
Yeah, this breaks a little bit, and this breaks a little bit, but on a 6 Plus, it's already looking better. But anyway, we know the product. The product is not going to be used on a cell phone.
We got something else better for the cell phone.
Exactly. On the cell phone, we're gonna build like a real app. But look, on an iPad, it's already looking like something,
Yeah.
And I think on an iPad is like a valid use for this.
This is the nice thing about that is this is the most important page. This is the most important interface, and most of the magic will happen here on this page.
Yeah. Well, the people don't know what we're building, so.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So, dude, I mean, I like it. To be honest.
It looks good. It looks very good. Yeah, we can play around with the color later on, but it's not really important.
Yeah, I think I actually like the color. Well, we're not saying what we're building. We're building a chat product. We're building it on stream because we're not saying what we're building, but we are building a chat product. All right. No, the code is not going to be open source. So I'm going to, after the product is finished, after the project is finished, then I'm going to open source parts of it. Yeah. Actually, I think at this point, we can kind of do this chat as an open source. No, we're not. We're not going to compete with Slack.
No.
It's a Slack killer. No, we're not going to compete with Slack, man. No. So actually, this conversation here is going to happen from someone from Slack. So your partner here, the partner on the other side is going to be communicating with you through Slack, but you are communicating with him or her, obviously, through this interface. So not only is it not a Slack competitor, but it works with Slack on the other side. All right. So, dude, I like it.
It looks good.
I have to say, I really, really like it. Why is this here? So wasn't this here? Why is this here? So weird. Alrighty then. Yeah, it's like weird. Why did this come over here? Should be here. Like here. Alright. Maybe even here. So I'm using both. I'm using Flexbox to... So this is Flex. All this is Flex. But inside some of the parts here, this is floaters and this is floaters and position absolutes and stuff like that. So I'm using flex where it was easier for me, and I'm using others when it's easier as well. And I'm going to use flex for everything, but I wanted to look how the design looked before. I basically wanted to validate that I can get the design working. Yeah, I think it's bad practice to use both. But I don't think it's that bad of a practice. I think it's bad practice to spend 3 hours on what you can solve in 5 minutes. I think that's bad practice. I think it's bad practice to over-engineer things. That's bad practice. But I think as long as that works on most of the browsers that I want it to work on, which is Safari, Internet Explorer, Edge, and the rest. This is Safari. So look at this, like pixel perfect. You know what I mean? You see this?
Do you have IE?
No.
We need browser stack.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We need a browser.
We can use browser stack. We can also use Amazon like device farm and stuff like that. And I did try it on my iPhone, and my iPhone works as well.
But this is not. I don't imagine we're gonna have too many problems because there's not that many components here.
No.
It's pretty. Interaction is pretty simple.
Yeah.
Most of the complexity is still on the back end.
Yeah. All right. So this is it for today. Thank you, Stevens.
All right.
Stay a little bit for after the stream. Thank you, everybody that's been with us on the stream. We're going to see you on Thursday. So stay tuned.
Bye.
All right. Bye, guys. See you on Thursday. Make sure you join.
No, we're not going to do it on Thursday. We're not going to
do it on Thursday. Not Thursday. So Friday. Yeah, Friday, actually. Yeah. So Friday.
Yep.
All right. So see you all on Friday. Join the Discord. Join the YouTube. The VOD is going to be available. The VOD is going to be available, right after the stream. And Canadian player, you can actually do working. So we're working on the chat product. We're not gonna expose what the product is for, but we're not going to expose what the product is for, but we're going to do everything on the stream. So Canadian player, thank you for the follow, my man. Much thank you for the follow. So we will see you all on Friday. Jump on the Discord and chat with me and Stevens and everything and everybody, even when the stream is offline, and catch you on Friday. Have a good night and peace. Stay safe, guys.
Bye.